always end up with a bunch of cups that expose of where I've been. And then I'll show you literally like the mess that's going on in here. Hi guys, hi everyone. It is a beautiful day over here in the East Coast, and I'll take it because we don't get these very often. But for today's video is going to be very much vlog style. I'm going to be taking you guys along with me as I do a couple errands, because the way I thought about this was errands equals spending money, and I kind of want to share how I go about when I'm doing a couple different transactions, especially now I'm going to be into debit card spending. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I did a whole dedicated video talking about why I no longer will be using cash envelopes and my thoughts behind all of that. So I'll be linking it in the cards for you guys to check it out in case anybody was wondering, because I'm nosy in that aspect. So I kind of like to see how people are using their systems, and this is a perfect opportunity. Put my mask on. All right, I'll see you in there. I got my drop-off receipt, and I just quickly scanned some of the aisles just to see if I needed anything for the shop. So far, I have hit up Staples, TJ Maxx, Ulta. I'll share with you guys what I just got at Ulta. And we are right outside of Stop and Shop, and they're literally just boom, 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 right next to each other, which is awesome. But I'm about to head in there, grab the flowers, and then I'll show you literally like the mess that's going on in here. But let's get these flowers. In the matter of an hour, we have managed to spend 20, 30, 40, 40, and then Ulta 45, and I'm about to spend another $5. So in a matter of an hour, we spent $50, $50. But it was all planned expenses. It wasn't like I'm just over here nilly-willy spending my money like I'm a crazy person. No, it was all planned. This was kind of like a pit stop, but I knew I wanted to get myself something to eat. May not be the healthiest option, but at this point, it's more of convenience over anything else.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. How can I help you?
Can I get a McChicken and small fries?
Anything else?
And do you have lemonade, like regular?
Yep.
I'll have a medium lemonade.
That's it?
Yep.
$4.29 first one. Have a good one.
Thank you. Lemonade is better. Look at the flowers that I picked. I think they're so cute. And I have the little thing so that I can my purse. But I ended up grabbing these, and if you go to like supermarkets like Stop and Shop and ShopRite, they have these where the floral section is, and then you can just put the card like that and then stick it wherever, so that when it's given to them, look how cute. I gotta still fill it out and put like a little note, and I gotta take out the price. But I ended up getting her some flowers and a gift card. It's a safe gift option if I don't know anything in specific that I want to get them, but I feel like it's still super cute. So that is all set. That was like the main reason why I needed to go out today. But while I was out, I just decided to take advantage and get a couple other things that I needed. So after a day of spending, like the day that I had today, I normally do this in my room, but I just ended up bringing it out here so I could be downstairs. But I grabbed my sinking funds. If I manage to spend any of my sinking funds, I grab my sinking fund binder, calculator. I have my purse because I need to take out my wallet. And this basically is the setup. So to cover the expenses for the flowers, I consider anything that I buy for somebody else from my gifts envelope. So if I was to open this, I have a envelope right here. I don't know if you can see it because it is white on white, but it's labeled gifts. I ended up giving myself an extra $40 that I put towards gifts because I actually ended up spending more than I planned on my mom's cake and her birthday present. So to cover the rest of the actual gift and the actual, the actual gift card to TJ Maxx, I gave myself an extra $40. The actual flowers came out of my Stop and Shop gift card, so I didn't actually have to put any money towards it because I just used the money that was on the card that I received from work. So that already covers gifts. All I'm gonna have to do is grab my tracker. I keep them in an empty zip pouch in the back and make sure that I just track the expense on the back so I have the current total. Right now it says I have 20 because I haven't written that I bought the gift card to TJ Maxx. So that one is all set. But I also ended up spending some money from my personal sinking fund and from my boyfriend's sinking fund. So, and I actually ended up paying for it in cash. So even though I'm doing debit card spending, that's mainly for any of my variable day-to-day spending. So gas, eating out, like when I went to McDonald's, that came out of my debit card. But as you can see, I still keep my sinking funds in cash and I don't use these on a day-to-day basis. So it doesn't make sense for me to have them at a moment's access on my actual checking account that I do my everyday spending. On a day-to-day basis, I'm not gonna be spending anything for Christmas or from my personal sinking fund or whatever the sinking fund is. So it just makes more sense to do it that way and use the emergency money that's in here or the cushion that I keep in my account. I hope that makes sense, but that's just kind of how my system is working. So here is the remaining of, I currently have $30 in here that I keep in case I need to use it. Currently $13. So I have to get this back to 30 by taking out the amounts I've used from their respective envelopes. So I do that by, in here, as you can see, there's a lot of papers because those are the receipts from today. And I think there's an old receipt in here as well. So let's get this in order real quick. There's 2 TJ Maxx receipts because I separated the gift card, which is this one, from the phone cases that I bought. So I actually have it on my phone currently, but as you saw, I got myself a phone case. I've been meaning to buy myself a solid color one to cover the crack on the back of my phone. And then I got my boyfriend one as well because he's in desperate need. And I ended up finding one for a really good price. So I just got him a phone case as well. So with that being said, that is this receipt right here. And if you can see, I paid for it in cash. I took the 20 that was in my wallet. And now I have to basically pay myself back. And I got myself individual lashes because as you can see, I am due for a refill, but I still have a couple days to go. So I thought this would be a good solution to kind of fill in the blanks until I'm able to do my refill just for tonight, specifically since I'm gonna go out for dinner. We're gonna take some pictures. I wanna look nice. So I got myself these and they were about like $6. So that is actually right here. So if we add it up, it's actually $12.93. So I'm just gonna round it up and take $13 out of my envelope. So that means that I have $165 in cash. So 165 minus 13, I need to have 152 in my personal sinking fund. So we have 100, 20, 40. I'm gonna take the 10 that was in the wallet, 50, and then 1, 2, and this is paying myself back. So we now have 100, 20, 40, 50, 1, 2. That is correct. Now I have the new amount and I just have to make sure that I put that expense on the tracker so that it always has the current balance. And then if we go to Michael's envelope, I need to take out 4 from here to cover the phone case that I bought him. So because if we check how much I paid myself back so far, we went from 13 to 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26. And the remaining is the $4. So what I'm gonna do is put the 20 aside, take the 10 out of his envelope, put that aside as well, and this is the remaining that goes into his envelope. So he now has 150, 70, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 196. I haven't bought him anything for a while because I want to get him something really nice for once we graduate in the summer. So I've been building it up, but now, like, when I see little things, because I have money set aside, I want to start getting him little gifts here and there. That's nothing because it's more of a need, but I do want to treat him every once in a while. So I like that I have money set aside. But now, as you can see, we have the full 30, and this actually goes back into the wallet. So one also thing that I have to do is take out all of this change. I have a coin jar upstairs. So I just have to, and then I'll put my Stop and Shop gift card back in here and the $30. And now my wallet is all set. And this just makes it a little bit more easy for me, being able to have access to cash in case I need it, like for small little expenses like this, instead of having to take out those small amounts from each envelope and then deposit it so I can pay myself back on my debit card. If I need to do it, I'll do it, but this little system is working right now for me since I do still have my sinking funds in cash. And like I mentioned, if there's any expense that I need to make for one of these envelopes that's more than the cash that I have on hand, I'll use my debit card because I have a cushion specifically for that. So now that basically accounts for all of the sinking fund transactions I had today. And like you saw, I ended up going to McDonald's. What I do with this is I make sure that I track it in my little tracker that I have on my phone, is where I keep my categories for my debit card spending. And just so I know at a quick glance, I can open up my notes app and see how much I have in that respective category. So for example, I would subtract $4.29 from my eating out category so that I know what the current total is. Next time I go out to eat, I can check to see how much I have. So that's why it's one of the most important things for me, is making sure that I have the receipts for everything that I spend on, so that when I come back, I can just do this, make sure everything is in order, and then once I scan these on my Fetch app, they're gone. I don't need them anymore. So that pretty much is the aftermath of shopping. It's a little tedious, but it does help me stay accountable because I have to sit down and track everything, so there's no expense that can slide because I need to make sure that my categories are up to date. So yeah.